Hello. Okay, good day everyone. Thank you for coming into this YouTube channel, Trade Live with Precise Trader. Today is 27th of June, and this is a Europe session. And do take note of the risk disclosure. Day trading in foreign exchange is risky. Past results are not indicative of future returns. The content of this webinar is mainly educational purpose. Use your information entirely at your own risk, and you must assess the risk of your trade with your broker before you put in your trades. With that, we move on to our live analysis. Okay, the key data. Okay, the key data for today is we have a Canadian GDP, which is GDP month on month. Okay, previous was 0.1 and forecast is 0.0, which means to say that uh, slightly less than the previous month. Then we have a US core PCE price index month on month, which was 0.1 and expectation is also 0.1. Okay. Then we have a 2200 hours from the US. We have a revised UOM consumer sentiment. The one is also previous was 60.5 and forecast is about the same 60.4. So now let's move on to our trades. Okay, let me open that screen also. Uh, Hold on, hold on. Okay, our trades are open. We have a pound. We are long at 137.30 and dollar yen short at 144 45, and this is roughly making about 10 15 pips. Okay, then we had early on. Okay, we had a trade. Okay, unfortunately, we I think we are very unfortunate because we gave an order to buy at the previous low. I think it was got stopped out. Then it took uh, uh, a spike up, then came down again. So all these trades we were right, but we were just hit and turn, that kind of thing. So we are trying to find a permanent solution to that. But anyway, now let's move on to our current trades. We have two open trades. Let it work. Later we'll do the adjustments. Now we'll just see the gold. Okay, gold. I think we can go for a trade. Why the screen? Okay, hold on. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I need to change the screen. Uh, okay, the screen is not changing. Give me a minute. I say. Okay. Sorry. I repeat again. Okay. So now we have taken a trade. Okay, we are betting that the temporary low is seen, but looks like this is not seen yet. The price is still showing some weakness, and this is uh, also still coming off, and I don't know whether we may get stopped out. Okay, and also take note that these trades we are taking is all counter trend trade. Okay, so the risk is there, but it's a calculated risk. Okay, and all you have to do is you have to play the game by the rules. Okay, and you have to have a proper uh, just give me 1 minute. 1 minute, I just want to see. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so we need to play the rules. Play the game by the rules. So what I'm trying to tell you is your focus must be purely on the 15 minute. So you just take action based on the 15 minutes. So in the event, if let's say we stay in the wrong side of the market, the most we can lose is the movement on that 15 minutes, not beyond the 15 minutes. So what I'm trying to say is, okay, now we have taken the trade, we felt that a low is seen. Okay, there is a signal saying that the low is should be seen soon, or this might be the low. To confirm the low is seen, we should see the price showing strength, meaning to say that if the price breaks 96, then this would be the low. If it doesn't break, then this is not the low, then we expect the price to move slightly lower. Okay, so since we got tricked again, that means this is the third time we got tricked, and because also reason being is this is purely this is a counter trend. So what we will do is we'll try to see whether we are able to hold on to this trade, and if not, then we have no choice to go for a re-enter. So the only thing is reduce the stop by half, another 50 cents, just to reduce to see whether we see the, because the candle right now we are seeing is the weakness is expected to go for another 4 more minutes. Okay, 4 more minutes. So within the 4 minutes, if it is able to hold, okay, let's show the chart. So if this market is able to sustain for another 4 more minutes, then the next 15 minutes will be a up move, and this is going to be within this trading range between 95 to, is it 95, yeah, between 95 to 86 for the next 15 minutes. Of course, if it breaks, we are just unfortunate, it breaks, then the next 15 minutes it might go up or it might even go down. Okay, let's wait for the answer for that. Okay, now let's move on to another trade, a projected trade, because we need to keep on fighting until we get the result and uh, stay stable with our trading, because that's the only way we can trade for a living. Otherwise, we would not be able to trade for a living. Okay, so here we are giving a new order to buy at 32.70. That is, even in the event if we get stopped out. If we get stopped out, then we try to go for that entry again. Okay, let's wait to see what is the outcome, then we discuss in detail. Okay, now let's move on to our pound and dollar yen, which is making money, to see whether we need to do any adjustments, or whether to take profit or anything to add on, any clues that might help us to stay in the business. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, so now we have to see the uh, pound. Okay, pound right now this is showing some strength, but still not enough to push it higher. Okay, this is based on the 2 hour chart, and also take note that this strength is expected to last for another 1 hour 45 minutes if it's able to break the high. And on the other hand, if it's not able to break the high, then this might be back to consolidation phase. So looking at this, the 15-minute is telling us that we may get a pullback towards the thing again before it breaks. So if that's the case, then what we will decide is, let's take a profit on the pound at 45. Okay, take a profit, so at least it can help us to offset our losses on the gold. Okay, so now we have taken a profit on the pound, we are going for a re-entry. Then let's also see the dollar yen. Okay, the dollar yen, you see here on the 15-minute, it is showing some strength. Okay, it is showing some strength, which is also not a good sign. Okay, this is also not a good sign. So showing strength on the 15-minute, and this 2 hours is also expected to go strength. That note, then I think we should be closing that as well. You see how we take decision. Okay, so when we are right, we try to stay in the trade. When we are wrong, we try to go close and wait for better entry levels. Okay, then also we need to look for opportunities. The moment once we don't have any trades open or any open, then we have to look for opportunities. Okay, now let's go back to the gold again. Then we will try to adjust all our trades and make the necessary changes. So looking at this, okay, now you see here the time is finished. So now we can go. Okay, now this is 15-minute. We can go for a buy with a very tight stop. Okay, go for a quick buy at market. Okay, we'll go for a buy, and so at least this one we can enter. Okay, buy at market. Okay, this is a buy at market. So this is a very limited risk. So we are going to put a stop loss of just $2, $2 at 85, and TP we should exit before 93. Okay, 93. So we just take this trade. If we are wrong, we are only going to lose $2, and if we are right, we may get about $5 to $6. So that would help us to reduce our risk on the other trade which we have entered. Okay, so looking back into the chart. Okay, looking into the chart, let's see how what is our plan, and we start working on it. So if we are right, you see, look at the pattern of this uh, 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 price action now. Every 15 minute, one 15 minute is down, another 15 minute is up. The next 15 minute is down. So now we should see this moving up if we are right. If we are wrong, then of course the weakness is expected to continue and it's going to break the low. So we would give another 10 more minutes to see what is the outcome of this trade. Okay, if this trade really is expected, then we'll take a profit of this, then try to cancel the other one, then we'll try to play the game accordingly. Okay, but whatever we do, we need to have a plan, we need to stick to our plans. Okay, I think it's moving lower, so chances are we may be wrong. Okay, we may be wrong. Okay, but let's see. I mean, this is a bit tricky, but let's see whether we are right or wrong. Okay, let's see. Okay, now let's assume, okay, this is the breaks. Okay, if it breaks, okay, I think we are out. We are out on the first trade which we took. Okay, you see here, the first trade early on we took, we got stopped out. Okay, now market is showing strength. Okay, never mind, we will just wait to see. We don't take any more risk. We will just see whether we can get back that loss what we have incurred. Okay, so see here. See, this is what is happening. Sometimes, we just get stopped out, then the market quickly reverse. So we just have, I mean, we are just unfortunate, there's nothing much we can do on this. So sometimes it does happens, then I think we have to get ourselves mentally prepared. And always remember, whenever we are expecting strength to be seen, we should see the price pushing higher high, higher low, and it can be in any time frame. That means it can be the lowest we can look for is 1 minute. The next is maybe 5 minute, 15 minute, 30, 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, daily, weekly, monthly, so on and so forth. So that is a clue that we can get, especially we want to stay in this business and continue in business. So you see here again, the strength is still not convincing. Okay, this is still not convincing yet. So let's give some more time and we work on the next level. Okay, since if this is really weak, then where would be the next level or next target be? So based on this, if we go for a daily target, okay, the daily target, we should be looking to see the price in extension towards 68 56 or even 32. Okay, so these are the next price targets. So I think we have put in at 70. Okay, 70 as one of the targets. Okay, I think we got stopped out again. Okay, let's forget about it. Then we'll go for the next trade. Okay, now since we are, like yesterday I did tell you, okay, that we have to look our options open for both sides. So now since I'm saying 70, should we go for a sell now? Okay, should we go for a sell now and see whether we can get that move? So to give you an answer for that, okay, the only way is we have to see whether the price has got enough strength or enough fuel to go lower. So when we look here, your RSI, okay, your RSI is already showing divergence. Okay, divergence meaning to say that when the price hit the low here, RSI hit a low, and right now this is showing higher lows, which means to say that market is bound to bottom anytime soon. Okay, so this is expected to bottom anytime soon, so we don't enter the trade for a sell, because if you go and sell, we end up selling at the low. Okay, selling at the low, then we may end up caught with the lowest price, and we may not be able to get back on track. So we need to have our options on both sides. At the same time, we need to see the calculated levels. Okay, so as far as the daily is concerned, we are seeing price more weakness, and the hourly is also showing weakness towards 70, and the 70 if the 70, and the time we can give is 1.5 hours for this trade. Okay, so I'm giving you two conditions. One is we have to go for a buy within 1.5 hours, but the later would be the better. Okay, the later would be the better. Then we can expect the price to turn up any time before that. Okay, okay, of course the projected level is one thing, but when we look at your previous high and low, okay, there is, you see, there is a congestion somewhere here at 80 80 84. Okay, 84. So the market is right now, this is testing the support, so it can be a make or break scenario, so we just have to wait. Then once we get the losses, I know we incurred a big loss, because we had stopped out twice, thrice, three times. So the only way is how we can get back is let it go down, and once we go for a buy at 70, then once it sees the bottom, then you go for a add-on entry. Okay, add-on entry meaning to say you add on once we see the bottom, then we try to get the maximum out of it. So that would be our next game plan, and that should be our focus. Not now chasing the market, get into the trade and lose money, and unnecessarily. Then also another thing I want to emphasize is when we buy at 70, our TP should be before 92, before this. So that means we should be exiting either at 88 or 88. Okay, I told you just now was 92. Yeah. So somewhere either at 88, 88 or 1991. That is provided we go for a buy at 70. But let's assume the market starts to turn up from here. Then we got to go for a buy again. Okay, no choice. We got to keep doing it until we get it right. Okay, now this is showing market break the low but is moving back to the range. So if the next candle shows strength, then there is a possibility this might be the low. Okay, but again we got to wait for confirmation. Okay, we got to wait for the confirmation, then we can be pretty sure that okay, this is the low, then we go. Then apart from this gold, let's see whether we have any other changes to be made. Just now we locked in a profit of pound and yen. So we need to see whether we can go for any adjustments for that. Let's quickly run through. Euro, no changes. No changes. The only thing is I may want to cancel the second entry. Okay, the second entry. So I'll just go for two entries on this. Pound, okay, we have a buying at 37.10 and 38. So the one will just check, then we will do a check again. Okay, so that one we leave it. Dollar Swiss, okay, no change. We have two entries. Okay, one for the buy. Two for the buy and one for the sell. Okay, I think the one we can just leave it. Dollar yen, we have sell at 4465. So right now this is showing, so we need to see whether we need to adjust these levels or should we let it fill. Okay, so now we concentrate on the gold. Okay, now you see the gold is starting to move up. Okay, then this is the thing that we got to keep on doing it until we get it right. We have no other options to play with. Okay, now we are seeing this is showing some strength. Okay, now the thing is we only have another half an hour left for this this time to get finished, and the problem is we have lost three times, three times, which is considered quite heavy. So we have lost three times in a row, so we have to get back, and at the same time we should not miss any opportunity. Okay, so what we can do is we have 30 more minutes. 30 more minutes. Okay, let's look at 30 minutes chart. This is 83 and it's showing some strength. Let's try one last time. One last time. Okay, I think we have no choice. We try to buy at 87 half and try to put a stop at 83. Okay, Okay, the stop, the TP I haven't given, so I will work on the TP slowly. Okay, because we are trying to get into the move, get into the trade. Okay, so uh, let me share the screen again. So if we are right, okay, I remember I told you our concentration should be only on the 1 minute and 15 minutes. Okay, so if we are going for a buy, we should see the price moving higher highs and higher lows on the 1 minute as well as the 15 minute. So if we are going for a sell, then we should see a lower high, lower low on the 15 minute. So now when we look in the 15 minute, pay attention to both. Okay, meaning to say, because once we, the first entry is always a risky entry. Okay, I keep saying again and again. The first entry is always a risky entry, and that entry we need to go for the trade, and that has to be a calculated risk. And once we are through on the first entry, then the second entry would give you confidence, because the first entry would already starting to make money when we start to move on to the second add-on entry. So that gives you a comfort zone. Okay, so sometimes the first entry can be a projected level, sometimes it can be after the confirmation. Okay, after the confirmation. So now our 87 half is filled. Okay, now we are going to play the game. So now our 87 half is filled. We are going to play the game, and for the next thing we need to do is, if we are right, we should see the price breaking 90. Okay, if we are right. If we are wrong, then of course this low has to break. Okay, then if we are right, we try to capitalize on the move. So that means to say, uh, now we are already into the trade, and we are waiting for another, uh, how shall I say, another 25 minutes for this market to turn. So now what we are going to do is, we are going to put a stop buy at 91 as our add-on entry, and for the price target we should see minimum of this level or extension of this level, which is 3305. Okay, so this should be our two price target. One is 3300, then the other one is 3305. So now how are we going to play the game? Okay, if we are right, we go for a stop buy. Okay, now before we go to the stop buy, we need to key in a TP for this. Okay, now it's going down again, so let's not panic. Let's see what happens. So here I want to put a TP at 3300. Okay, this whatever we are doing, this is all purely systematic. Okay, I hope you understand. This is not emotion. This is not, we are not doing anything out of control or anything. When we are losing, accept the mindset. Okay, we are losing because we have made a mistake, and we are paying the price. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, for my second entry, I need to decide on the stop. So what I will do is, I will go for a add-on entry. Okay, buy stop. Ninety-one. Then the stop, this one would be 85, and TP is 3305. okay, and this is the trade, okay. So this is the buy stop we are going for once it break. Remember, once it starts to break the high, then we are right. Otherwise, we are still in the wrong side, and we have still not seen the base, and we are going to be okay. So so what we are going to do now is, the moment once the buy stop is filled, my first trade, the stop, I'll raise it to 86, 87. So I only have risk at the second trade, which is $6 risk, and this one is a free ride. And when I make both, let's assume, I make a profit on both the trades, then I would be making like $13 for this, which is like $390. Then I would be making this is about 14, so that's about 400. So 3 and 400, about 800. Whatever my loss I've incurred, bits and pieces, I should be able to recover, and I should be able to take back the losses. You understand how we are doing things. So it doesn't matter even you get stopped out multiple times, but as long as your losses is not very big, then you don't have to panic. But if your losses are big, then that is where the problem is, and that is going to be difficult to manage. Then also take note that the second entry, the first entry is always a risky, okay, risky, and would always put you in panic stage, okay, will always put you in panic state, because the moment once you take the trade, you if it shows a loss, you get panic, and you get worried. But when you are right, and when you go for the second trade, your first entry will start to make money, then your second entry is the only one that is going to put you in panic stage. But at least you have the first entry showing some profit, so that would help you to stay in the trade in a comfort zone, and put you in a comfort zone, and put you in such a way that you can uh, uh, still trade with confidence and comfortably. So try to understand, okay, try to understand the system. So don't get worried, like, okay, we get stopped out multiple times, okay, this one is not working, okay, this is this is doesn't system is not good. No, it's not like that. There are good times, bad times. Sometimes, if you are really unlucky, it's like things can always go against you. The only problem is, you have taken a loss, and then after that you give up, and that is the time the market starts to turn, and that is the time you need to stay, and you give up, and that is more painful. You get what I mean? So you can afford, like as I said, you can afford to get 3 times, 4 times. I think about 10 years back. Okay, 10 years back, there was one the biggest fund manager. He was the biggest, no, not say biggest, best fund manager for the year, and that person was able to generate, I think it was about 18%, 18% of the investment. So that means he was managing a big fund, because I can't remember his name. So he managed to generate 18% returns for the whole year. And he was saying, and he was trading on S&P 500, he was trading on S&P 500. And he was saying that he got stopped out 32 times, before he really uh, get hold of the trend and really get into the right track. And you believe it or not, 32 times he got stopped out. Then and he said never give up. And finally, the move which I was waiting for came in, and I managed to capture that move, and I was holding on to the trade, and that made me the best fund manager for the year. So why I'm telling you this is, you should not give up. You should not give up, and you should have a plan, and your plan must be like a very straightforward, very simple. No need to have like too many complex, and just try to stay with the plan. Stay with the plan. Focus. Have an idea. Have a game plan what to do. Okay. So now coming back to this chart again. Okay. Now you see, yeah. Okay, the clues I'm giving you now. Okay, now you see the clues I'm giving you now. You see here. Now the market is showing higher lows. Okay, which is a good sign. Okay, which is a good sign, and this is showing a higher low. Then the next thing is this 2 hour time. Okay, 2 hours time. This thing is going to end in another 15 minutes. Okay, so that is also another good sign that we are looking for, because whenever the price is showing weakness, we need to wait until that time belt is over. Okay, so this is the 2 o'clock, so we have 4 o'clock. This is going to over, but of course we have one more final 2 hours left on this time. Okay, that is where it's a bit disturbing, but we may see extended towards 75 or even 70 before it is bottoming in the next 2 hours. So the next 2 hours is going to be very important, very crucial. Okay, very crucial. So but we need to see, and the only clue we can get is market is showing strength is market should start to break this high. Once you start to break this high, you see now it's showing higher lows. Okay, not confirmed yet, but it's not showing higher highs. So that means to say we have not been out of the woods yet. Okay, we have not been out of the woods. So we just have to stay focused, wait for the time, then we see whether we would see the break happen as we expect. Okay, so let's see how we are able to get this thing through. Whether we are right or wrong, I think we would know in another 30 minutes. Okay, if we are right, we should see this break. If you are wrong, we should see this break. And you just play the game with that, just 15 minutes high and low, and you should be able to do it comfortably in most of the time. Just stay focused. When the price is breaking high, making higher highs, higher lows, try to be in this direction. Right now we are in the counter trend because market is coming down, and now we are going for a buy. This is clearly it's a counter trend, and we are just hoping that the low would be seen, or the low is seen now. Okay, the worst scenario is this may not be the low, it can be one more round low. Okay, so far so good, we are still in the right track. Let's see what would be the outcome of this trade. Okay, now next let's do the pound and the dollar yen. Okay, pound. Okay, just now, remember we closed at somewhere here. We expected the price to come down, which it did come down by another 12, 13 pips, but right now this is still within the trading band of 15 minute. So what we can do is we are going to go for a buy. See, if you look into your 2 hours, okay, what is telling us is market made a high, consolidating. Right now is consolidating. So there is a possibility this might be the high, or we may see one more push towards the high at 38 20 or 38 before this market is turning. Okay, another clue I can give you is now this is the end of the month. Okay, now this is the end of the month, so we can see the price showing strength. Okay, showing strength until coming Monday, and the maximum target we can expect or give a target is 38.70. So that means the market should be turning before 38.70 or at 38.70. So Monday, Tuesday next week might be a important day for the dollar. So either a reversal or correction, because it is deeply overbought, and only clue that is remaining is the time. The time has to change. Then only we can see the change in price action. Okay, so now let's see the dollar yen. Okay, dollar yen. This is also, I think, just now we took the right decision by closing it. We closed at, I think, 35 or wait, 30. Okay, let me see. Sorry, we closed at 40. Okay, we sold at 45, closed at 41. So this is still showing strength, which is which we should be able to sell at a better level. Okay, we should be able to sell at a better level, which is either 44, 75 or 80. Okay, so I don't want to touch anything on this, and also today being Friday, so we got to be a bit careful on what we do today. Okay, so let's see the gold. We just concentrate on the gold. Still it's showing as far as the support is concerned, I think he's already taken the support. It's just that we are not seeing the strength happening. So we got to wait until the strength comes in. Then we know that okay, we are in the right track, and we have to be positive on this trade. Okay, any questions while we are waiting for the trade? Any questions? Anyone, anyone holding any trades, or you want to discuss about any other markets, is also we can do so. Yeah, because I just want to wait for another 7 more minutes. Then I just want to see whether are we seeing any strength. Then after that, I just want to end this session. Okay, but right now this is still showing consolidation, no strength yet. Okay, no strength yet. So we just have to see. Any questions or any markets you all want to discuss? We have another 6 more minutes before this time belt is over. So at least once this is over, then at least we can have some idea whether should we get the tricky part of this gold. Like as I told you, we have another two more hours left on this time belt. So there is a possibility that we might see weakness coming in for another 2 hours, uh, or there is a possibility that this may have bottomed for the time being and we may see some pullback before the next leg down. So both are possible at this time or at this junction. So I just need to see which direction the price is going to go off, or the either a pullback, or is it going to see one more leg down. Any questions or anything you want to discuss? So far, I think our system has been built in such a way that it can be working in all kinds of time and all kinds of markets. Okay, the only thing we are lagging is we are lagging on three things. Okay, which I'm trying to find a permanent solution within the next couple of days. So hopefully it should happen soon. So the thing that is lagging now is, one of the thing is, if you agree with me, most of the time we get stopped out, then the market turns. Okay, so this is something which we are trying to get this thing through. Okay, that's one. The next thing is, before we end every session, that means we have 3 sessions a day. So morning we have one session where we begin the session, then next is Europe, then next is US. So every time before the session ends, we got to get ourselves prepared for the trades on both aspects. That means, if let's say the market goes against, then what should we do? If the market goes in our favor, what should we do? And that has to be discussed. Okay, so that is the second thing which we are lagging, and we are trying to get a solution, permanent solution to that. Then the third one is, okay, what I wanted to say, hold on, my mind is not working. Okay, the third one is, first is, okay, let me see the first. First is stopped out. Second is, uh, uh, the alternate views or alternate scenario. Then the third one, I can't remember what, I think I forgot. There's one more thing I need to find a solution. Okay, so Other than that, the rest of the things all are built into the system. Okay, that one I can't remember what is the third one. Maybe I'll when I recall I'll share it with you. Okay, now what is our system built in? Okay, our system builds in what is needed for a full-time traders. Okay, that means when we take positions, we take the lot size, volume different depending on the comfort zone. So that's one. Second is our entry, exit, stop loss. All our trades are with entry, exit, stop loss. So that is also built in. And we also have a holding period expiry, which means to say that how long do you want to hold the trade, and that one is also taken care of. So I think most of the things are needed for a full time traders is been taken care of. Okay, so hopefully, in 1 2 weeks time we should be able to settle down. Then we go full fledged, and we should be making good money in the long run. Okay, now let's see. We have 1 more minute left, and I need to see because right now you see here this is making lower highs. Okay, lower highs and equal low. Okay, which is not a good sign. It's not a good sign. So I need to see the price breaking higher. Then only we can comfortably say that okay, this is the low. I see. Now it's breaking and it's coming off. Okay, this is not a good sign to say that this is going to be the low. Okay, let's see. We need to see price pushing higher. Okay, now the new time belt has come into play. Just I think just starting the new one. So we are expecting either strength to come in from now, okay, or we may get one more drop before the market turns up. Okay, so this is both are possible at this time. But being a trader, we have to look for opportunities at all times. Okay, so still we are not convinced to see the strength happening. Okay, so I think I may want to end the session now since you all have no questions or nothing. So the only thing I want to just share with you is okay, expect the market to turn up from here. Okay, if you ask me the percentage, I would say 40 60. Okay, 60% still the low is still not seen yet. 40% there is a chance that we may have seen the low. Okay, so that is one. Next is it may drop towards 78. Okay, 78, then the market may turn up. Okay, so that would be another likely scenario. Then of course the final one would be price moving towards 70, then eventually turning up. So that would be your most likely the final one. But also take note that this weakness is expected to last for the most another 2 hours. So within the 2 hours, we should see a low confirm, or we should see the price hitting the low, then quickly reversing. So if we get stopped out on this trade, look for buy either at 78 or 70, but I don't want to put it at 78 because I think we already got three times stopped out in a row. So I don't think I want to take that risk. So I would rather wait to go for a lower level 70 than we go for a buy. Okay. So I think that's about it. I'll see you all again at I think tonight's session is around 9 or 9:15. I think whenever there is no data out, because I think the PCE price index, we didn't want to trade this data. So after the data, then probably we'll try to do, and because today being the weekend and last trading day of the week, so we can afford to spend some time and be in the trade. Okay. Okay. So thank you. I'll see you all again in another 5 hours time. Okay. Thank you. Bye.